Hi, welcome back to Lead Generation. Today I'm going to show you how you can take stock images and transform them into images that fit your brand and actually in some cases not even be recognizable. So if you like this video, please click like and share across all social media if you find it helpful. And without further ado, let's go ahead and see what's going on here. I am in Canva. If you'll note, I've pulled up using this photos over here. Well, this is not designed to be a walkthrough on Canva, but let me go through them real quick. Design is where you're going to find, designs that people have created that you can use as a foundation on something that you want. Elements is all the extra little stuff, the graphics, the shapes, photos, videos, all of the things that you're going to use to create your graphics. So brand, that is for teams or for a pro, so we don't need to worry about that. Here's where you can upload your documents. This is your text options. Draw, which I've never really used and had a need for, but you can actually draw, right exactly on the canvas or whatever you've got there. So I never really use that. And apps is some different things, additional stuff that you can go through later, but we're not going to really need this right now. Let's see, projects, you can create a file and folders for all of your documents. And here's where you pull up photos. There's a lot of free ones, there's also paid ones, so depending on what you need, you'll probably find what you need. For in this case, I pulled this up searching business people, and I found one that's not a pro, it's just a regular free image. And we're going to do some stuff with this, some fun stuff. Alright. So, first off, let's see, where are we going to start? Alright, we'll start with text. It's the easiest. So we've got text, and I'm going to pop something in here. Behind you all the way. Some kind of corporate jazz speak, right? Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Now you'll notice that it just kind of doesn't really pop. It's just like bleh, right? So there's a lot of things you can do here. You can change the image here. That's what I'll show you first to make this stand out just like it is. And the way to do that, one way to do that, is hit your transparency key and bring it down, 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 and man, it pops out just like that, right? Alternatively, you can add a little background behind this, and I'll show you how to do it. You're going to want to go over here to Elements, and we'll pick this for example. This, you can make it as tall, as wide as you need. This, for our purposes, I'm going to just throw it down here. Anytime you see this in highlighted purple, you know this is the item you've selected. But we'll take this color here, and it's kind of like a bleh to me, but they pulled it because it was a color that's within the photo itself, so you can see that with the exception of this color, they just pulled in some colors. It was probably AI doing that, I would think. AI has no taste. So I'm going to put pink because I like this color pink. We're going to use pink. And up here is where you can do it. You can also change the shape on here. So if I wanted to go with that, that's kind of weird. Why would I do that? But, we're going to stick with here. You can also change the thickness. You can make it, well, here, you won't be able to tell until I shrink it up some. Oops. It made it big on me for some reason. I guess because when I changed the shape, it kept it. Okay. Oop. Okay. You can have a border. So this has no border. You can add a border. And here's where you can select the color. So if I wanted to select white, there's a white border. You can change, make it really thick, which is cool. You can also round the corners, so make it more rounded. Whatever you want to do there. You can add dotted lines, and you can make those thicker, so on and so forth. So it's actually pretty cool. But I'm just going to leave it as is for now. And I'm going to pop it down here. Make it a little bigger here. Shrink it down here. Okay. And that's okay. Their hands are cut off. If you don't want that, you can click on this. And you can come up here like we did with the photo. Click on this little blocks looking thing. Checkerboard thing. And bring it down. And it looks fine. You can also, something you can do is change the text. So we can go with the little dropper here. So you can click on that, and then you click on, let's click this, and boom, it matches this guy's jacket. We'll click it again, come over here to her, boom. See? It's pretty cool. Pretty cool little jazzy thing. I don't use it much, but it works. But but for now, we're just gonna keep it black. So, oh wait a minute, I think I had it this color, so that works fine. Okay, and so instantly you've created a custom image, right? You can change the size. You can make it all caps, all lowercase, I think. No, maybe not. But you can change where it's at, left, full, right. You can't really tell without more text, but there's that. You can also add effects to the text. So, for example, if I wanted to give it a shadow, excuse me. Sorry. Okay. The shadow, lift. You can go through and play and see what looks good to you. All kinds of stuff you can do. You can even change the color of it there. So anyway, we're going to put none. And then voila, you've got an instant new picture. Another thing, oops, what I normally do is I will keep an original like on the second page and click here to add page. And that way, if I do a lot, I don't have to, and I want to try something new, I don't have to reinvent the wheel. So, okay. So we went over text, adding text and adding this. Another thing you can do is modify, like I showed you earlier, the transparency of the photo, or you can go up here to edit photo, make sure it's highlighted around the image, hit edit photo, and all of these lovely tools pop up. First, I'll show you what we can do with cropping. Okay, we can crop it. So to get to the crop menu, you're going to double click on it, and do smart crop. Wow. Hold on, they've changed some stuff here. Crop. Double click, smart crop. I don't want it to smart crop, it's going to do it myself. So, I don't want to do that. I want to cut it myself. So, we got to edit crop. And you can now they've really changed things on me. Maybe I won't be able to do it here. I have to hit it here. For some reason it's not letting me do it here. I don't know. Canva's weird sometimes. So I'm going to just do a new photo here, and I'm going to choose, I can choose a particular ratio or do freeform. So you see the little corner brackets. this is where you can cut people out. So let's say I want to zero in on these 4 people. So I'm going to go here, there, and then come over here, like that. And then hit done. And boom, I've got everybody else out, and I have the same photo, but with different people. And if there's too much head space and too much of this other, so we can double click it again. And we're going to crop it up a little bit, just like that, and down a little bit. Oops, did a boo-boo there. And right there, nice and close, done. And I have, voila, an instant. See, that's what happens when you get ahead of yourself. I need to always keep one down there so I don't have to look for it here, because sometimes it disappears. Okay, so now I can grab them and make them bigger, like this. And I've got that. So let's say we can come through here, elements, find a mask. So I'm going to pull it up. Overlay, I think is what I'm looking for. Overlay. Okay, you got frames. Let's try this frame here. Okay, so we got here, right here in the middle. You can grab the pick and boom, it throws it in there. Of course, you're going to have to adjust it still. It's going to take the original photo. So, don't want to do that. To reverse something you've done, just hit your reverse key. Okay, I'm going to delete that. Just hit the delete key to find a different frame. Got all kinds of frames that are already done here. Let's see what happens here. If it'll pull my crop. No, it pulls in the whole thing. That's a glitch in my book, but whatever. Maybe what you'd have to do is save it as a new image and then upload it. What you would do is right click, set image as background. Let's see what happens. Boom, it pulls up the whole thing. So you don't want to do that. It's obviously the crop. It doesn't crop like a regular word processing. Listen to me. Photo processing tool does. Anyway, you can change the crop and you can add. There's just anything you can think of. Let's go to design. I'm gonna make a copy it, duplicate this. So we're gonna play with this. Look for styles, templates. Well, let's see. These are photo grids, frames, audio, video, photos, graphics. Let's say you just want to, I don't know, throw in a gritty graphic for the background. Yeah, it won't let me do it. Make the background black, let's say, and then throw in a grainy texture, which is kind of cool. And you pull it right over the top of your image, right? And then position up here is if you want to make it below this image, which we are going to do. So you just hit backward. And then here's your image. So you can do all kinds of stuff, right? Whatever you want to do to change it. Another thing you can do, using this, let's say, is you can do edit photo and you can go with effects. Okay? There's filters, shadows you can add, which would probably be more for graphics. I've never played with some of these. Duotone is kind of cool. So let's go with duotone. Let's see what it looks like with pop. See? All kinds of stuff. And not just this, but you can go into this, you double click on it, and you can hit up here this adjust. And you can change the temperature of it a little bit. A little cooler, a little warmer. You can change the contrast till you find something to your liking. Shadows. Throw some shadow in there. All kinds of stuff you can do here. So I'm going to reset adjustment, go back to effects, and where was that at? There we go. Duotone. Go back to none, and it'll set it back to default. If you don't like any of these, you don't want to mess with it like that, you don't have to go quite that drastic. You can go with just a filter. You scroll through till you see that one looks kind of nice, until you see something that kind of stands out that you like, that is close enough or fits with your brand. And even these, if you double click, it'll pull up the adjustment. So let's say you've got it set already, and you can add more contrast, more shadows, you know, all that kind of stuff, and change it. Let's see what else we got. Mock-up. That's pretty cool. I haven't played with that. I'll have to mess with that at another time. But anyway, this is what you can do. Let's see what else I've got. You got text. You've got messing with the colors, cropping. Oh, another thing you can do is, I'm going to duplicate this page real quick. You can crop it in a couple of different ways. You can combine things. So let's say, for example, I want to crop this freeform, and so I'm going to crop this here to just these girls here. Done. Okay, and then I'm going to make a duplicate here. So let me put this a little bigger so you can see. So I've got those girls, and then I'm going to find this person right here, this woman here. So it's going to be girls, all girls. Or maybe it might be easier because he's sitting right in front. We'll do these two and these two right on the end. So we're going to double click, freeform, make sure it's freeform, and then we're going to cut it down here. Okay, I'm done. Okay, so we've got two sides. Okay, let me duplicate this so in case I mess something up. That's why I like to duplicate, because I do mess things up a lot. Okay, we're going to go to elements. We're going to look for frames. So they've got frames and grids. They're pretty much closely the same, but find something that you think is cool. We're going to do with two here. So let's try this one. Make it a little bigger. It's like a frame, for like a camera frame is what it looks like to me. Put her here, boom. Put them here, boom. And then once you get them in here, you can double click and you can adjust it however you want to. So we don't want his arm in there, but you play around with it till you see, double click, what works for your image. So what you can do, if you like it, you can take your left key and hold it down and drag your mouse across all of them, and then you're going to hit it's not going to group for some reason. You're supposed to be able to group elements. It won't let me for this case, but that's okay. And you can just go with this. Since it's a frame, it's not going to separate you. It's kind of pretty much, it's like stickied. And let's say you don't like this. You can hit delete, delete image, okay? Then you come up here and let's cut this one. And we're going to do, double click on it. we're on freeform, so we're going to cut. Let's go with these guys. These two. And don't need all that space there. Get the coffee cup in. A little bit of an elbow, but we don't care. Hit done. Okay. And then you're going to grab this one and boop, there he goes. Oop. Click on it, make it a little bit further down. Very good. You can also, if let's say you don't want to crop it, just take the whole image itself and pop it in here. Boop. And it'll pull all of these in. So, what it'll fit anyway. And you can take it and grab it. And so this means you don't have to really crop it ahead of time if you don't want to. There's lots of different ways you can do it. And then just click outside. And boom, it's just him. So it's really some cool things. And then you can combine it with text. Add a subheading. This is a subheading. Oh, brilliant, Nita. Really brilliant. Whoop. Grab it over here. Put you here. It won't fit, obviously, so you come up here and you go down till it fits. And then you can make it a different color up here. White, pink. Okay. And then you can actually take this and you can change the transparency to make it pop out more. But unfortunately, because it's all together, it's going to do it for both images. You would have to combine frames to make it different for each frame. So that's not too hard. It's pretty self-explanatory. And then, let's see. What else do I have? Let me check my list here. I made a list. Add text. Use it within grids. Oh yeah, overlay. I don't think well, I did show you the overlay, which is this right here. But you can also, let's see, did I show you? I want to grab that after all, didn't I? See, I'm so silly. Photos. Grab it. Okay. Overlay. Elements. Okay, we're not going to go with frames. We're going to go with we're going to choose a grid. Let me duplicate this real quick. I'll show you what to do with grids. Let's go with a bunch of different options for grids. Let's go with something like this. Okay. We want you up top. So this is everybody. And then we're going to grab put her down there. Oops. Let's put him. And then grab another one. Right there. I'm just going to grab the whole thing in there. You have to zoom in while you're here. Yeah, it's kind of squirrely, but once you get an idea how it works, it's not too bad. Cut their heads off. I wouldn't do this, but you know what I'm saying. You can do all kinds of stuff with grids. Grids and frames. Grids, you can also, now that I'm back here on the grid, you can make adjustments. Where's that at? Spacing right up here. So, grid spacing, you can make them wider, more narrow to where there's none, so you have absolutely no space in between. See? All kinds of really cool stuff. I can picture taking, let's try that. Delete image. I'm going to take this. No. I'm going to duplicate. So to duplicate, you just click this and keep it down there. Okay. We're going to crop on this. So come up over here and crop. Freeform. So I'm going to take like the top half of this guy's head right to the top of his shoulders. Let's say I got to have a good line here. And then right up there to the top of his shoulders. Okay, done. Boom, got his head. Alright, what you could do, let me get rid of this. Delete image. Put him up here. Oops. No. That won't let me do it, will it? That's okay. Maybe I can do it this way. This is, got trial and error, a lot of it. But the thing I'm thinking that you could do, yeah, about right there. Except I got everybody else in there, but that's okay. I'm focused on him, let's say. And move him over right here. Okay. And we could take the, get rid of that, the bottom half of them. So, let me duplicate. That's fine. Grab this up here. This is just too much fun playing with this. You can really spend a lot of time on this stuff. I'm telling you. A lot of time. See where it puts us. Okay. Okay, now he's in there. Yeah, try to get it the same size. And let's see. No, not the same size yet. Maybe. No, not yet. It's tricky. This is easier to do in other tools, but if all you want is Canva, yeah. You know, if you don't want to use anything fancier than that. Maybe just a little bit more. That might be big enough. Let's see, where's his shoulders? Yeah, put his head right over the top of his other head to make this work. Nope, he's not quite big enough yet. Just gonna make it a little bit bigger. Close enough. You could go with dimensions, but you get the idea. See, you got his head up here, and then the rest of him down here. I mean, there's all kinds of fun stuff you can do with this tool. I love it. I love it. So, anyway, getting back to what we're supposed to be doing. Alright? We're having fun. Here's what we're doing. Okay, change it to black and white. Sepia. Let me show you sepia monotone. See? That's what happens. I use them up. Okay, so you can edit photo. Go to effects, filters, and then you want to go down here. You can go with mono, ink, noir. I guess that's how you say it. Noir, film, newspaper. I like the film, that's pretty good. Slate. And then you got, I'm not sure if they have an exact sepia. That's close enough. Close. Nostalgia. Retro. Retro is kind of like 70s maybe. I don't know. You got all kinds of font. I mean, what's the word I'm looking for? Filters. Warm would be sepia. This would be close. Level 2. Maybe that's a little more, they look orange. But anyway, that's what you would do with the different images. And then change color profile. I think I covered that. Rotate, zoom. Oh yeah, flip. Flip is fun. So come up here and it says flip. You can flip it horizontally, which will put her over there. Isn't that cool? So that's a good one. And of course, if you want to have fun, have them all upside down, right? Or you get this little swirly thing here. You can 90 degrees. Right? Right. Dizzy. So, anyway, that, I believe, is everything I wanted to cover. Filters, overlays, yeah, okay. But there is, as you can see, there are a ton, I mean a ton of different ways that you can play with Canva, take your stock images you find on places like Unsplash, all that kind of stuff, and you can make it your own. So I hope this tutorial was helpful. If you enjoyed it, please click like and subscribe and share it across our social media. And until next time, have some fun. I'll catch you later.